I'm going to do a reading today from my second book, Loving with Emotions 2, Still Feeling Everything. And I'm going to read The Depth of Unknowing. I know you want to heal, and that's fine with me. You don't really understand the part of my heart you awaken in me. I'd rather be honest and open about what I'm feeling. Because when I'm with you, I want to give you deep kisses and shower you with affection because it's something you're missing. I want to do things with you to show you how much I care for you. I want you to experience what support feels like, whether we're on the same page or upset with one another. I think about you when I wake up, and that's tough. Maybe I wasn't what you were anticipating it to be so deep. I like hearing your voice and your eyes pierce my soul. It's so sexy. Now, I chose that reading today because the title, The Depth of Unknowing. And my issue with that is men sometimes come into our lives and don't know what we done been through and play games with us. They tell us they want one thing and do another. And then get mad at us because we express an emotion and we want to understand what direction this situation is headed in. And then you backpedal and tell us that's not what I wanted. Or I changed my mind. Playing with somebody's feelings obviously is not the key. If you're not ready and you're holding information back from that woman, that's not positive communication, and that's a red flag. Like, I'm not here to stroke your ego. You need to know what you want when you come to a grown woman, not a little girl, not I'm in my 20s. You should have got that out your system already. 9 times out of 10, a man knows what he's choosing. But when he can't control the situation as far as controlling the woman, then that's when he has another problem with the situation. Now he got to figure out a way to get the hell out because you're too much for him. And if I'm too much for you, not just saying just me as a woman in general that got her situation together, because I'm going to go a little bit deeper as far as an independent woman's aspect. I got my own everything. As far as, okay, my own car, my own house. I work just like you work. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you do. Now, I'm not trying to give you flack. I'm not trying to always argue with you. But I do like some communication, because if we can't communicate, then there's nothing that's going to come out of this in general. A woman doesn't always want to argue. It's just about her getting her point across for you to be able to listen. And 9 times, people don't listen to understand. They listen to respond to get their point across because they don't want to feel like you trying to get a one-up over them. When you have a relationship, y'all supposed to be teammates. Y'all not always supposed to be bumping heads together to try to figure out how we going to make this work, or should I stay here? Because you decided that you wanted to be here when you came to me and said you wanted a relationship with me, or you wanted to build something with me. So with that being said, the depth of the unknowing is I'm coming into your situation just like you coming into my situation, and we don't know what baggage that we both are carrying. But that also has a lot to deal with the healing process. You're not going to get on top of me and think that's going to heal you, because it's not. It's just going to make things a little more complicated than it already was in the beginning. Because you're going to tell me what you want me to know. You're not going to tell me what I need to know. And then you want to keep me on a need to know basis. It's about accountability. And if you don't take accountability for your own actions, you're going to mess up whoever you come into account with forever and ever. It's going to be a repeating cycle until you break your cycle, because you're not comfortable with what you got going on in your life. So I'm going to keep my craft, what I'm doing as far as my books go. Loving with Emotions, Still Feeling Everything is out. That's part 2. And you have Loving with Emotions, You Must Feel Everything, and that's part 1. It's out on Amazon. And I think as a whole, it don't matter what color you are, your culture, relationships are very important, because we all need one another. Companionship is a must. You can live your life by yourself, but I'm pretty sure, as I know and how I was raised, that God didn't put us here to be by ourselves. But you have to, at some point in time, take a step back and look at yourself and want to heal from anything that you've been through in your life. That's not somebody else's fault. Whether you were married before, you was in a long-term relationship before, you have to take a step back and heal yourself before you bring somebody else into the account of your situation. I'm pretty sure I touched based on this before. And I'm not upset about anything because I know the way my voice is. I talk with conviction because I have a lot of compassion. I'm very passionate about what I do. And one thing is for sure, and two damn things is for certain. I'm tired of men trying to get over on independent women or women that actually strive to have the things that they have. And because I have built my empire by myself, you have control issues. And that means you have insecurities about yourself that you need to work on. That has nothing to do with me or another woman or women in general. You have to figure you out and learn leadership skills, because control and having leadership skills are two different entities. The terminology may seem the same, but you shouldn't want to control your woman. She has a right to her mind, her point of view, and her opinions, just like the next person. But I'm not ranting, but I said I was going to call this my Wednesday rant, because it doesn't matter what kind of relationship that you have or what kind of relationship that you are in currently. It's either you're a friend with benefits, you in a situationship, which is obviously the same thing. It's either we working on dating and we want to maybe see if we're going to build more, or you are in a marriage and you have to figure out where you're going to be in the next 5 years with this person as your counterpart. Because if we can't make it now, we're not going to make it later. But that's my thought for the day. That's my rant for the day. The depth of the unknowing. Figure you out before you keep trying to create relationships, situationships, because no matter what, communication is key. No relationship cannot thrive without communication in general. A friendship, communication. Friends with benefits, communication. Boyfriend, girlfriend, communication. Marriage, a definite communication. Because your feet are made for walking, but a woman is not to be walked on. If I'm supposed to be your rib and supposed to be your prized possession, and I had a conversation earlier, might be getting a little off topic, but I don't think so, about men only going by what they see. And I also had talked about surface shit before. You can't only deal with a person with what comes with them on the surface. The looks, the body, all of that be good, but the person on the inside is totally screwed. They chopped and screwed. They fucked up on the head because all they know is what they've been running after all of this time. And my looks ain't gonna get me but so far. Looks ain't paying the mortgage. Looks ain't paying the car note. Looks ain't paying the car insurance. Looks ain't feed me. You can go on a date with anybody and get a free meal. But then when you got to look at yourself in the mirror, like I have stated yesterday in one of my quotes, you can lie to other people, but you can't lie to yourself. The mirror is your biggest teacher. That's your best friend. You are your best friend. You got to live with you at the end of the day. Ain't nobody got to put up with your shit. They don't. So deal with what you got going on first and work on you to be a whole person before you keep trying to run into every woman or every man. That goes on both sides of the fence. I speak from both sides of logic. Because you got some women out here that's just as bad as some of these men out here. And then you got grown boys out here. You ain't got men out here. You got grown boys. Or you living in a materialistic world that don't resonate with who you really are as an individual, because you never sat down and got by yourself to understand who you are as a person. So that's my Wednesday rant. Y'all take care. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll come back next week with another rant. Later. Peace.